welcome all to the first ever, never before seen, and likely never again, family entertainment edition of Who Wants to Be a Napophile? That's right, as I know you all came here tonight just to play this special game. Tonight, a random audience contestant will be selected to play. You will have to answer a series of questions about the Napa Valley. Answer the questions correctly, and you win fabulous prizes. Answer all the questions correctly, and you win our special grand prize. Now, I know you can't wait to see who's going to end up in that hot seat, so let's get started. Introducing your hostess for the evening, the self-proclaimed Napa Valley Mustard Princess, Sue Wallach. And your host for the evening, Miss Coordinator Extraordinaire, and the most eligible bachelorette in Napa Valley, Jenny Hone.
Welcome, everyone. Who wants to be a Napophile? We're so elated to have you as our studio audience tonight. Let me tell you a little bit about our game. I need to use my notes. To be a contender on Who Wants to Be a Napophile, you must play by the rules. Each contestant will be asked 5 questions about Napa Valley. If you get all 5 questions correct, you are a certified Napophile. If you miss a question, let me tell you, you'll be asked to leave the stage. Your Napa citizenship will be revoked. And, no offense, you'll be banished to Sonoma, where you will live forevermore. The rules are as follows. Each question is multiple choice with only 1 correct answer. For one of your 5 questions, you will be required to use a lifeline. We have selected 3 audience members to be used as your lifelines. They are Mayor Jill Teckle. Please stand up, Jill. Jill is the renowned Mayor of Napa, the new grandmother of twins, and our fearless leader. Please give a hand to Mayor Jill Teckle. Hot off a camel from Machu Picchu, your next lifeline is Bob Fioretti. Please stand up, Bob. Class 20, he's a life coach and now your potential lifeline. Please give it up for Bob Fioretti. And last but certainly not least, the Supreme Queen of Leadership Class 20, the Princess of the Practicums, Miss Suzanne Schiff. If you answer questions correctly as a contestant on Who Wants to Be a Napophile, you will receive some of the greatest gifts the Napa Valley has to offer. If you answer 1 question correctly, you'll receive a full box of 2 Woodhouse chocolates from St. Helena. 2 questions correctly is a bottle of olive oil or vinegar. We're not really sure. Your 3 questions correctly are, oh yes, pepper sauce from Napa Style. And your 4th question correctly will be a lovely exotic plant from Herrick Nurseries. we just water them. They just need to perk up a bit. And 5 questions correctly is a surprise gift, hot off the presses, which we'll ask you to open after you leave the stage. Well, Jesse, let's hear about our contestants.
Well, our first contestant is known to some as Captain Space Case. When on this planet, he's out on lunar orbits and tends to be more down to business when he's working at Alcar. Please welcome our first guest, Jason Lewis.
Your first time on Who Wants to Be a Napophile?
I believe it is.
And do you have family members in the audience tonight?
I do.
And where are they?
They're over here. I have my father, Jay, my mother, Karen, my wife, Gina, and my little daughter, Elena.
We'll give it up for Jason again. Let's get started. Our first question is, what are those big fans you see in all the vineyards? A, they keep the flies from landing on the vines. B, to provide frost protection for the vines. C, cooling machines for the workers. Or D, they keep the vines cool and relaxed so they grow better tasting grapes.
may think. If it's a fan, then you would think that it would keep the flies off the vines and also keep the workers cool, but I think it really is B, to provide frost protection for the vines.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Well, is it B? Yes, it is! And you're well on your way to being an apophile. You also get a box of chocolates. Congratulations. All right, question number 2. Where does the name Silverado come from? A, the country club in Napa. B, it is the title of a 1953 John Wayne movie. C, it was the primary road used to transport silver. And D, it is named after a Chevy truck that is commonly used in the vineyards.
Can I use a lifeline?
Not for this question.
Are you sure?
Well, what do you think, judges?
No, I'm going to have to go with C.
All right. C, correct! Yay! I think it's vinegar. Congratulations. All right, next question. Why do we only see hot air balloons in the morning? A, balloon operators are early risers. B, they need the air to be cool with low wind. C, county law requires that all balloons be in the air before 8 a.m. Or D, gives visitors plenty of time to start mine skating.
Can I use a lifeline now?
No.
Oh my goodness. I know when I get up in the blue when I'm done, I have to go have a drink just to calm my nerves, but oh, for goodness sakes. Can I ask the audience?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
B. All right, B. So I know there's a lot of cranky people out there.
All right, be correct, and thank you, audience. And that's red pepper sauce for you. Now, here's your lifeline question. Which lifeline would you like to work with? Mayor Jill Teckle, Suzanne Schiff, or Bob Fioretti?
Oh my goodness. I'll go with the illustrious Bob Fioretti.
All right.
He has the answer.
Well, let's see if he's available. Bob, we have a question for you. Who planted the first grapevines? A, George Calvert Yount. B, George Curtis Yount. C, the Navajo Indians. Or D, George Sicilian Yount. Bob, what do you think?
Well, I know the Indians are very important in getting the soil fertile, but I think it's A, George Calvert Young.
What do you think, Jason?
As long as he agrees to move to Sonoma if we're wrong. A.
Final answer, A, George Calvert. Yes, correct! Beautiful plant from Herrick Nursery. Okay, Jason, one more, and you are a true Napaphile. Why do some of grapevine leaves turn red in the fall? A, disease. B, the sun turns them red. C, juice from the grapes turn them red. Or D, so the tourists know when to go home. What do you think?
I think it should be D, but I'm going to go with A.
Final answer, A, disease. Correct, and you are a Napaphile. Congratulations. And now you can leave the stage because we're calling up our next contestant. No. All right, Jesse, let's hear about our next contestant.
Our next contestant came all the way from the Midwest to follow a TR trail to Napa Valley. She has crowned the Napa with glorious gems and bedazzling jewels. She is known as the Gem Princess of Napa Valley. Please welcome Lori Witter.
Well, Lori, we want to hear your favorite Napa Valley, Leadership Napa Valley Class 20 memory.
Oh my God. I can narrow it down to one. I would say tourism day, because we all got drunk.
number 1 for a box of Woodhouse chocolates. How many bottles of wine does an acre of Napa Valley vineyard produce? A, no one really knows. B, depends on how much wine is drunk before bottling. C, I thought they put wine in boxes. Or D, approximately 3,200 bottles per acre. What do you think?
I did think they put wine in boxes. It's kind of hard to tell. Let's go for D.
D, final answer. Correct! Woodhouse chocolates for you. And a lifeline question. Which lifeline would you like to work with? Mayor Jill Teckle, Suzanne Schiff, or Bob Fioretti?
I'll take Suzanne Schiff.
Suzanne Schiff, please stand up.
Because she's a cartoon princess.
All right, Suzanne, who was the founder of Calistoga Mineral Water? A, Dr. Wilkinson. B, Mrs. Crystal Geyser. C, Giuseppe Musanti, a candy store owner in Calistoga. Or D, George Calistoga. What do you think, Suzanne?
I think Giuseppe.
I'm gonna have to agree.
All right, Giuseppe, C, correct. Yay! Thank you, Suzanne. All right, next question. Where does all the Napa Valley garbage go? A, to Sonoma, where it is analyzed for our winemaking secrets. B, Clover Flat Landfill and Keller Canyon Landfill. C, it is all burned. Or D, compost for Modesto Vineyards in hopes of getting Napa flavor.
Can I put a lifeline on this one?
Sure, we'll let you. It's not part of our practicum presentation, but you can.
Okay. Bob. What do you think, Bob? I'm scared. I can't tell.
Well, I don't think it's those poor Sonoma people. Garbage is too good for that. So I think B.
B, what do you think, Lori?
I don't know. Let me think. Bob, you're not from Napa. You've been here for a while. Okay, I think I'll go with it.
B, final answer. Correct! You get a bottle of red pepper sauce from Napa Style. All right, which winery owner is actor Nicolas Cage related to? A, Charles Shaw. B, Britney Spears. C, Robert Mondavi. Or D, Francis Ford Coppola.
Let me think. Robert Mondavi, Nicolas Cage. Francis Ford Coppola, Britney Spears. Could be Britney Spears. Could be Charles Shaw. I'm gonna go for D. I'm gonna go for Francis.
All right, D, Francis Ford Coppola. Correct! And a Herrick plant for you. I think Jason left his Herrick plant behind. I'm a little disappointed.
I'll take his.
All right. Question number 5. You're well on your way to being a Napa-phile. What is a custom crush facility? A, a facility for storing wine. B, a facility where you meet the person of your dreams. C, a facility that can be used by multiple small production winemakers. Or D, a facility where all the wine in Napa Valley is crushed.
Okay. I'm gonna go for B. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna go for B. I want it to be I'm gonna go for C.
C, fantastic! Congratulations! You are a true certified Napa-phile. All right, Jesse. Let's hear about our next contestant.
Well, our final contestant is unique. She skis, she bikes, and she knows a lot about the valley. She also knows a lot about our #1 industry. In fact, she works for the wine industry. Now let's see what she really knows. Does anyone know how to pronounce her last name? Please welcome Patsy McSelty. Pronounce your last name.
McGoy.
McGoy. McGoy. Repeat after me. McGoy. All right. Fantastic. And what is your favorite Napa Valley memory?
Favorite Napa Valley memory? Wow, that's a tough question.
We have a little bit of Oprah in our presentation.
I would say that my favorite Napa Valley memory would be enjoying mountain biking up in England.
Ooh, fantastic. All right, well, let's take your knowledge of Napa Valley and start with question number 1. What were the primary agricultural activities in the Napa Valley in the valley before the 1960s? A, beef and prunes, B, medicinal marijuana, C, growing hops for beer, or D, mustard production? What do you think?
Well, I think that if we were talking about after the 1960s, it would be B, but since we're talking about pre-1960s, it would be beef and prunes. A.
Beef and prunes, final answer, correct. That's chocolate for you. Next question, ooh, lifeline. Would you like to work with Mayor Jill Teckel, Suzanne Schiff, or Bob Fioretti?
I'd like to work with Mayor Jill. She's the mayor of Yountville, right?
All right, Jill. Who is George C. Yount, and why is Yountville named for him? A, first white settler in the valley. B, founded Bouchon Bakery. C, he won a local drinking contest by drinking a barrel of wine. Or D, he was the first mayor of Yountville. What do you think, Jill?
You know, I'm going to go with A.
A, first.
I'm not really sure, Patsy, so, you know, I'm going to guess.
What do you think, Patsy? Want to count on the mayor of Napa?
I really hate to contradict the mayor of Napa. I think it's D.
No.
Yay, first white settler in the valley. Yay, Mayor Jill Teckel. Well, I'm afraid that's the end of your stint on Who Wants to Be a Napa Valley. And I'd like to introduce, well, you can go to Sonoma, but we love you. I think you need to stay here because we like you so much. So if you would please leave the stage, I need to introduce our practicum group. All right, our practicum group is comprised of myself, Jenny Hone, Sue Wallach, Jesse Salmon, Trish Danby, Sue Snedden, where's Sue? Right back there. And unfortunately, Marlo couldn't make it, but she was every bit a part of this presentation as the rest of our team. And Sue is going to tell us about what we did for our project.
The vision of the Napa Newcomers Plus One was to create a tool for other newcomers which would answer the questions they and many other people wonder about often when they're in the Valley, but never seem to find the answers, or the questions for that matter, in the typical guidebooks about the Valley. In addition, we wanted to create this reference in a format that would be educational, entertaining, interactive, and easily transportable, so it could be stowed in the car, tucked away in a bag when you're on the wine train, or roaming the back roads on a bike, or placed in a gift bag for a newcomer or a welcome gift for a wedding party visiting the Valley. Since we knew we weren't going to be able to include the answers to every question regarding the Valley, we also opted to create a format that would be conducive to expansion by anyone. So how did we come up with the questions that we thought would be on everyone's mind? Well, each member of our group had friends who are also new to the Valley, frequent visitors, part-time residents, as well as you, our classmates. We asked each person to submit questions to which they would like the answer, and they did. The responses, which were the questions we received, were put on a spreadsheet, broken down into categories, and each of us researched the answers to a group of questions. We all agree that everyone's life is enhanced by a better understanding of their community. After all, isn't that what Leadership Napa Valley is all about? The Newcomers Plus One hope that your life is indeed enhanced by this game. Just there. Each of you, our classmates, will receive one of our Napa Newcomer games at our final gathering on May 31st. We asked you to ask us the questions you've been asking yourself. You did, and now you have some nifty answers. So lead the way, Class 20. Thank you.